How is it like being homeless? During this period of festivities, it is still important to remember that there are people who aren't as lucky as us. There are still rough sleepers in Singapore, and you may have heard about them through the news or other videos. But as they say, you never truly know a man until you walk in his shoes. So I went homeless for 72 hours to get a glimpse into how is it like sleeping rough, and here is how it went.
This day cannot get any worse. I don't know where we're gonna sleep tonight. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I don't even know if I should eat now. This might be the lowest part of our shoot.
So here are the rules. I started off with only a few essential items, an umbrella, a windbreaker, and long pants converters for my shorts to keep me warmer at night. And of course, I started out with nothing in my wallet. So everything that I bought for myself all have to be earned, whether it's food and even public transport. Now that I set my goals, it was time to earn some money. At first, it went super well. And what can I say? The wins just kept coming. This whole group of 3 guys even gave me $2.10 because they cracked up even before I said my joke. But soon, it all started going to shit. People were either busy, didn't have cash with them, or were just straight up not feeling my joke. This clearly wasn't working anymore, so I made my way to Giant, where they sell a bottle of cold water for 40 cents, and I got 2 so I could refill them as I went about for the next 3 days. But that went to shit real quick when I realized that Gardens by the Bay had their own shuttle service. By now, I was hungry, tired, and I had no more plans up my sleeve. Dejected, I made my way to East Coast Park, planning to surf a little tonight so I could have more money for tomorrow. But then, this happened. While at Marina Barrage, I approached a family who seemed stuck because of the rain. We explained the situation to them. I just told them, you can don't give me money. If you want, you can give me, sure.
Fine, I'm okay with that.
We got it. We got it.
And with that, I started shuttering the whole family back over to Gardens by the Bay. Along the way, we chatted and I found out that the father has been working in Singapore and it was the first time that he brought his children over to visit. And at the end, he gave me not 1, not 2, but $10 freaking dollars.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You did a
Oh my
good job.
God.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you so much. I'm so touched. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Give me $10 $10 freaking dollars In all honesty, I still feel that they helped me more.
By this point, my clothes were wet. My shoes and socks were soaked, but my mood was at a high. We continued walking all the way to Marine Parade where I got my first meal of the day. I then went over to FairPrice to fulfill goal number 3 to get toothbrush and toothpaste. And I also got a hand towel so that I could wash up a bit. The last thing to do for the day was to find a place to lodge. And after walking for a bit, I eventually found a pavilion where I could call home for the night. I washed up and I got ready for my first night. At this point, I don't know for some reason, I feel a bit emotional. I don't know, it's a way for like the day and then my nose is acting out a little bit because I think it's getting a bit cold. I can do this for one day and make it work, you know. I don't think I can do this every day. I think like it's the uncertainty that scares me quite a bit. In a sense, I feel like I'm lucky because I know that this will end eventually. Worst case, I will just start for one day only. Now I'm going to try to rest and then see what is going to happen tomorrow. Okay, goodbye. I'm going to rest. But things were about to take a turn for the worse.
Good morning, guys. It is day 2. I didn't sleep that much, to be honest, because like there were quite a few like mosies haunting me.
It was so cold as hell.
And yes, it was also cold as fuck yesterday.
The goals for day 2 were simple. I wanted to earn enough money to get the underwear and socks I was supposed to get yesterday, and also to find a job for the next day. To achieve goal number 1, I picked up aluminium cans and plastic bottles from the ground so that I can recycle them at the recycle and save machines around Singapore. Just so that I didn't take any of the bottles or cans from aunties and uncles who picked them up for their livelihood, I picked those that were a lot harder to get, whether it is beyond fences or beneath bushes. It might look like I've collected a lot, but
it's not like I collect one and I can get one, you know. It's like I need 10 for 50 cents.
So I didn't even know if travelling that 8 kilometers to the nearest machine was going to be worth it. Along the way, I also approached different stores to ask if any of them needed help, but it didn't really go as planned.
Hello, uncle.
Hey, morning.
Good morning. I was wondering if you need help with your stores and anything. So let's say tomorrow I come here, do anything you want basically, and then you pay me whatever you want.
Cannot do that.
Okay, 不缺人手.
This one is a franchise business. It's with a company one.
Oh, so cannot lah.
Because I'm not the boss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, the boss is not here, so I have to make a call.
I started the day at 10 and now it's 3 PM. It has been 5 long hours and the whole time I was either collecting bottles or getting rejected by people. By the time I reached Imperial Mall, I was already dead tired.
Now we're gonna wash all these things and see how much we can get from there.
Turns out I collected exactly 20 bottles and cans.
$1.
I might be smiling here, but all I could think about was that I essentially wasted a whole day just to get this $1. As I sat down to think of what to do next, I couldn't help but feel extremely low.
This kid just spent $6 on all these rides. This might be the lowest part about this shoot. And the worst thing is, we invest the whole of today trying to look for a job so that we can achieve something tomorrow. But nothing has been working out so. After a whole long day, now it's time check is 4:27. We have achieved nothing. I don't know where we're gonna sleep tonight. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I don't even know what to do now. I don't even know if I should eat now. No, stuff a bit first. So tomorrow if I really cannot, I want to faint already and I
As one last ditch effort before we call it a day, I entered a cafe to ask if they were willing to offer me a job for the next day. On the way out, she even gave us some pastries because she found out that we haven't eaten for the whole day. I really didn't want to fuck this up, so here's how I spent my remaining $6. I went to Decathlon to pick up a shirt for $4.90 to be more presentable. And remember that $1 I got from the recycle and save? Well, I used it to enter an Active SG swimming pool to shower. And because I didn't have enough money for soap, I used my toothpaste as body wash and shampoo. Does it work? I don't know. If I can eat a toothpaste means I can be used on my body, right? Either way, better than nothing lah.
Oh, I just finished showering. I look fresh.
I walked around a little more to kill time and eventually found a spot to sleep.
Right, it is officially day 3 and I'm on the way to my workplace. start my work at 7. Last night was super cold. I think I woke up by the wind by quite a bit. Don't want to screw anything up because it's my first day there and I only have a few hours there. At least I know that the day is settled and then I can use the money to achieve something better. Basically give back lah.
So I washed up one last time and it was time to work. First up, I got a tour of the restaurant by the chef before I started working in the kitchen. I was first tasked to cut cucumbers, which honestly was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Scale of 1 to 10, how bad am I?
I think it's a 4.
It's not a pass eh. Oh no.
I then make sandwiches, followed by the most difficult task of the day.
So the next task is to whisk the eggs.
As you can already tell, I'm not the best at it lah. Turns out, beating 40 to 50 eggs together is really quite difficult, you know.
That's the reason why they say beat the eggs.
But with the guidance of the chef, I got there eventually. Kinda. And he also held my hand, so that was cool.
Can pass? 5? Okay. 5 again. 4 lah, still 4. Still 4!
I'm clearly not very talented in the kitchen, but the floor is where I shine. I cleared the table, cleaned them, greeted customers, and just help out as much as I could throughout the day. And to end off the workday, we got our lunch. When I saw the meal, I was like, oh my god, this is the meal I haven't eaten for the past don't know how many hours. And the thing is, they were like really super nice about the entire thing. Like they went around every single hour, every single minute, they asked, you want to eat or not? The moment I enter, you want to drink coffee, you want to eat, you want breakfast, I was like, yeah, it's fine, no worries, I just need to work. Yeah, so like that's how nice these people are, and that's how fortunate we are to be able to even meet these people here lah. I got a $50 for working and it was on to the next stop. We took a bus and went on to our next stop, Chinatown. The plan was initially to find homeless people and buy them a meal or anything they needed. But turns out, finding homeless people was a little harder than I thought. So I guess like, it's not as easy to find homeless people as I thought it's gonna be. You know, even though Google says like, there are actually about 1,000 plus homeless people around in Singapore. I think that they are already receiving help, been put in a shelter. Since I was there, I approached the elderly in the area and asked if they needed anything. I wanted to help them at first, but then instead I think most of them didn't want any help. So what I did was that I tried to sit there and listen to their struggles and their problems. Some of them shared with me about like they actually needed to pay some fine, and then some of them say like, wow, the price, everything's so expensive. So instead I decided to donate the remaining earnings to an organisation that helped the homeless folks. So I donated the rest of the money to New Hope Community Services. I really want to give a huge shout out to them. They're a member of National Council of Social Services and they provide temporary shelter to the homeless in Singapore. They have been around since 2004 and they want to restore hope to the people they serve. If you are down, please check their website to find out more about what they do. And I really encourage you all to donate if you have the means. So with that, this is the end of the third day. After these 3 days, I feel like there were so many events happen, like, and all of them were like mind-blowing. But I think the main emotion that I feel was like my gratitude. Like, I also recognize that I'm privileged, you know, I'm young, I'm motivated, I can express myself well, but I understand that that might not be the case for everybody also. If I have any messages, I would say if you need help, ask. If you are able to help, give. And lastly, I think this challenge just reminded me that there are genuinely kind and amazing people around me who are willing to help. It is easy to feel alone in your struggles, but it is nice to know that sometimes you can still turn to strangers for the help you need. With that, I'll see you tomorrow.
So this 72 hours is finally over, and guess who's heading back to work now? So I'm heading back to my table. What's up, Doreen?
Hey, what's up, Brett? Hey, tomorrow we're doing camping. You want to join us or not?